Hey guys, Janine here, and in today's video we are going to be learning how to perform synthetic division. So synthetic division is a shortcut that we can use for long division when we have a polynomial over some binomial of the form x plus or x minus some constant. So let's go ahead and take a look at some examples. So in this first example here we have x cubed plus 2x squared minus x plus 3 over x minus 2. So let's go ahead and start off by drawing a little table. So the next thing that we need to do is determine what number will go outside here. And so what we need to do is we need to look at the denominator and take a look at what number we would need to plug in for x in order for this denominator to be equal to 0. So in this case here, it would be 2 because 2 minus 2 is equal to 0. And then next, let's go ahead and write all the coefficients corresponding to each of our terms. So let's start off with our x cubed term. So that has a coefficient of 1. Our x squared term has a coefficient of 2. Our x term has a coefficient of -1, and here we just have our constant term. And then from here, what we're going to do is we're going to bring down the first term. And then we take this term here and we multiply it by the number on the outside. So we have 1 times 2, which is just equal to 2. And next what we're going to do is we're going to add the numbers in this column here. So we have 2 plus 2, which is equal to 4. And then next we're going to take this 4 and multiply it by this number outside. So we have 4 times 2, which is 8. And next what we're going to do is we're going to add the numbers in this column here. So we have -1 plus 8, which is equal to 7. And now we're going to take this 7 and multiply it by this number on the outside. So 7 times 2 is equal to 14. And then we have 3 plus 14, which is equal to 17. And the result of this is that the last term is the remainder. And these preceding terms are our coefficients. And next what we do is we take a look at our numerator and take a look at what the highest power of x we have is. And in this case, it is the x cubed. So we subtract 1 from the power, and so we end up with x squared. So this 1 is the coefficient corresponding to x squared. So we have x squared. And then this is the coefficient corresponding to x. So we're just subtracting 1 power. And if we subtract another power again, we just end up with a coefficient. So this last term is just equal to 7. And we have our remainder. And what we do is we take our remainder and we divide it by the denominator here. So we have x minus 2 as our original denominator. So this is over x minus 2. And so this is our final answer. So we have x cubed plus 2x squared minus x plus 3 over x minus 2 is equal to x squared plus 4x plus 7 plus 17 over x minus 2. And so let's go ahead and take a look at one more example. So in this next example here, we have 3x cubed minus 2x plus 5 over x minus 3. And here, let's start off by drawing our table. And next, let's go ahead and determine what number goes out here. So the number that goes out here is the number that we plug in for x that would make this denominator equal to 0. So here we would have 3, because 3 minus 3 is equal to 0. And then next, let's go ahead and write all the coefficients corresponding to each of our terms. And we have to be a little bit careful because we are missing a term. We don't have an x squared term, so for that term we would just write 0. So let's go ahead and start off with our x cubed term. So we have a 3. For our x squared term, there is no x squared term, so that would just be 0. And then our x term has a coefficient of -2, and our constant term is equal to 5. So let's go ahead and start off by bringing this first term down. So what we do next is we take this term here and we multiply it by the number outside. So we have 3 times 3, which is equal to 9. And then we add the terms in this column here. So we have 0 plus 9. Which is equal to 9. Next, we take this number here and multiply it by the number on the outside. So we have 9 times 3, which is equal to 27. And then next, we add the numbers in this column here. So we have -2 plus 27, which is equal to 25. And then we take this number and we multiply it by this number outside. So 25 times 3 is equal to 75. And then we add the numbers in this column. So 5 plus 75 is equal to 80. And then from here, The last term is our remainder, and these preceding numbers are our coefficients. So the next thing that we do is we take a look at our numerator and we look for the highest power of x. So this x cubed is the highest power of x in the numerator, and so we subtract 1 from that power, and so we get x squared. So this coefficient corresponds to x squared. And then for the next term, we just decrease the power by 1, so we get 9x. For this next term, we decrease the power of x by 1 again, we just get the constant, and we have our remainder. And our remainder is always over the denominator of our original quotient. So we have 80 over x minus 3. And so we have 3x cubed minus 2x plus 5 over x minus 3 is equal to 3x squared plus 9x plus 25 plus 80 over x minus 3. And so that is how you perform synthetic division. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.